The Wicked fandom barely had time to breathe after Elphaba's final, heartbreaking, green-tinted farewell. When the internet detonated with a single question. Wait, are we finally crossing straight into the Wizard of Oz? Because Wicked, for Good isn't just closing a chapter. It's bending the entire Oz timeline back onto itself. And this time, Dorothy Gale isn't a silhouette in the dust. She's a catalyst. You're watching DriftEcho, where every reveal hits like a spell, and every story finally shows its true shade. Let's open the book. The first film ended exactly where the classic Oz tale begins. The tornado, the crash, the moment that birthed a legend. But we only saw Dorothy from behind. A shadow. A clue. A promise that something bigger was coming. And today's update confirms it. Dorothy Gale has a real, central presence in Wicked, for Good. Not a cameo. Not an Easter egg. A narrative pivot threading the Wicked universe directly into the mythology we grew up with, but painted in Wicked's signature blend of moral ambiguity, political tension, and emotional depth. And the fandom is officially spiraling. Some imagine Dorothy as innocence incarnate, a bewildered girl stumbling into a land stitched together by lies. Others think we're getting a reinvention. Dorothy as a disruptor. A wild card. A symbol of how Oz chooses its villains and crowns its heroes. But here's where the new leaks hit like flying monkeys at midnight. Dorothy's arrival is going to crack Glinda's arc wide open. She's grieving Elphaba. Carrying a kingdom alone. Haunted by choices that feel less like righteousness and more like regret. And suddenly, Dorothy. A stranger dropped from another world, stepping straight into the fractures Glinda has been trying to seal with poise and magic. Rumors point to iconic moments being reimagined through Wicked's sharper lens. The ruby slippers. The whispers of "there's no place like home." Even the yellow brick road, no longer a symbol of adventure, but of political instability wrapped in gold. And then there's the whisper keeping fans awake at 3 a.m. Dorothy may expose the wizard's lies. She might uncover the machinery behind the curtain. The manipulation, the propaganda, the system built to control Oz long before she ever arrived. Which means her role could evolve into something far more layered than the 1939 film ever dared. Not just a visitor, but a mirror held up to the corruption of Oz. And the twist that might break Glinda in half? Dorothy forces her to confront the question she's been running from since Elphaba fell. If heroes and villains depend on who's telling the story, then who is Glinda now? Wicked, for Good is shaping up to fuse nostalgia with reinvention. Emotion, chaos, magic, grief, identity. All colliding in the most ambitious Oz adaptation ever attempted. I can't wait to see what Dorothy becomes in this universe. A restored icon, or a rewritten legend. But tell me, what do you want? Dorothy Classic? Or Dorothy Wicked? You're watching DriftEcho, where myths don't just return. They transform.